Hello, good morning. I have some collective messages to bring through this morning. Please excuse the background noise that is quite loud. I was intending to drive somewhere else this morning, but wrong turn after wrong turn on the road, I ended up where I thought I might end up anyway. This was kind of a secret original plan. And walking along this little track, there were just all these butterflies here and this beautiful light and energy. And I knew this was the spot, and there's something here specifically that wants to come through for us today. And I'm seeing these beautiful fungi and like toadstool looking things around me. And this is incredible climbing plants and trees. Beautiful, beautiful area. Thank you so much for having me here, spirits, and I acknowledge the traditional owners of the land and their creation spirits and their elders, past, present, and emerging. I'm here in Australia. I'm around Mount Gravatt in Brisbane at the moment. So the traditional owners of the land in this area are the Turrbal and Yagara peoples. And so I can feel that I'm in this beautiful sacred space and there are butterflies everywhere. And yet there's this noise of the traffic, and yet there's this just, wow, beautiful noise of all the cicadas though. The cicadas are going crazy. But then also the disruptive feeling of not ending up where I thought I was going to go. I'm feeling a little bit tired today. You can probably tell that I'm looking tired. And I'm feeling this energy come through from the whole collective that I'm being invited to embody here. And it's this idea that, well, how did I end up in this noisy place in my life? And that might mean energetically noisy. It might mean things are a bit messy, things are a bit dramatic, things may even be a little bit chaotic in some ways. Why is there this bustle going on at the moment when I know that I'm ready to find my peace and my flow and my joy? I know that I'm looking for that, and yet here I am finding this little slice of paradise right on the main highway, which is very noisy. And Spirit's asking us, with whom am I speaking? I feel that there are lots of spirits around me now. I don't know if you saw it before I tuned in, there's even this blue fuzz behind me in line with the tree. So I feel that we have some extra dimensional, extraterrestrial friends hanging out too. I'm feeling some fairy energy. I'm also feeling some angel energy too, and I feel this really feminine presence coming through. And I keep hearing Abigail. I'm hearing Abigail as an angel name. Maybe the name Abigail means something for you. I've been feeling a lot of ancestor energy coming through lately too. Been having experience with ancestor spirits myself. Okay, Abigail. I'm just going to take a roll call here. Yep, so I'm hearing Abigail and Angel. I'm hearing Archangel Gabriel. I'm hearing Faye. Hearing Morana or Mordana. I'm seeing a snake spirit, a very positively aligned, if not neutral, snake spirit moving through the forest here. I'm feeling more warrior goddess energies as well, or inner warrior expression. I'm hearing Hera. I'm hearing the word Saccharomyces, whatever that means. A lot of Greek energy coming through too. I'm seeing 333. I'm seeing harps and a lot of angel energy as well. Okay. and the Arcturians and the Andromedans. Okay. So I'm speaking with Abigail. I'm already grounded. I'm setting the intention that any and all messages that come through are for the highest good and ultimate healing of everyone sharing and receiving these messages. I place this work, this recording, and everybody participating in this transmission in a white light of protection. May we hear everything that's meant for us and forget the rest. Okay. So I'm hearing that there's been an energy of chaos around a lot of people at the moment. Things seeming to glitch out, things being busy, feeling like you have to do something over and over again, or even when things are moving smoothly, there's this energy of agitation going on that people are carrying around with them at the moment. And she's saying it's important to hear and understand that that energy of agitation is something that we're carrying with us. It's not something in the external world necessarily. And she says it could be seen like a kind of glitch in the matrix. This Mercury retrograde is messing with the very fabric of your reality. But she's saying, no, that's your static, that's your discharge, that's affecting everything around you. And she's saying this is something that your angels and guides have been allowing to happen so that you can witness for yourself the immediate effects that you have on the environment around you. She's saying if your poor mood can so quickly affect what you're doing around you to cause chaos, to generate bills, to create, magnetize and agitate extra frustration and difficulty, then imagine what your good mood can do immediately around you as well. Imagine what choosing to feel grateful and happy and unbothered, moisturized, living my best life, right? Imagine how quickly that will give you feedback with more of that joy, more of that bliss, more of that freedom and abundance. And she's saying, well, this is a crucial learning point right now. She's saying the harmonic resonance of the individuals on the planet, as well as the raising frequency of the earth herself, makes manifestation so much faster now. And I've been hearing for a long time that we're not in 3D anymore. We haven't been for a while. I think sometimes it's easy for us to use 3D and 5D as shorthand right now because we don't quite feel or see that we're in the 5D yet, but we're very much being asked to hold and to shift our thinking right now that we are no longer in 3D. That is a frequency that has fallen away now. Things are manifesting so much faster, and even if the 5D isn't quite yet what you imagined, if it doesn't quite look like exactly what you thought it was, still keep holding on to the idea that you, at least, and your bubble and your field is 5D, because that is going to help you make the best decisions for yourself and others and take the most aligned steps when you trust that you are already there, that you are already in this field, this container, this transmitter that is you and your aura and your vortex. When you accept that and own that, you take more responsibility for your life and your feelings, and that just gives you more power as a creator to write the kind of story that you want to write right now. So, for example, holding a 5D mindset or a 5D energy can be a matter of accepting that things are working out for a higher good. I know that thinking can be a little bit problematic for people. Not everybody believes that everything happens for a reason. But the thing about being a creator of your own reality is you get to choose the reason why things happen. Maybe things innately don't happen for a reason, but you get to decide if there's a reason. You get to make up that reason. Like, for example, I was trying to think of an example that's not super embarrassing right now. But okay, I got a speeding ticket recently. I know, it's like the second ticket I've had. The first one wasn't for speeding. The first one was because my sister's seatbelt wasn't on properly. I didn't notice. She was sitting in the passenger seat of the car, but I got a speeding ticket for going a little bit over while I was rushing around. And I was really annoyed about it, especially because like money was really tight and I was just so busy, and you know, I was mad at myself and if anybody else would be mad at but me. And I was like, okay, fine, you know, why would this have happened? I'm like, well, maybe it didn't happen for any other reason than I was being an idiot, right? That's the only reason, really. But I can come up with these extra reasons around remembering to slow down. For example, spirit telling me it's time to go slower, Kelly. You don't need to rush all the time. You're always ending up where you need to be on divine time, right? So that's the meaning I can come up with it. I also have this feeling that in my higher timeline, I am riding a bike everywhere. I am not driving a car. Now this is a very clear picture I get in my mind that I am meant to be not behind the wheel. So maybe I'm manifesting eventually losing my license so that I get closer to that higher timeline where I'm, you know, exercising more and I don't have this carbon output or whatever it is. Some of the other things I was thinking about is like, well, maybe getting a speeding ticket is like evidence as well in my life of how hard I've been pushing and trying and how that is not working anymore. That trying to get ahead or trying to, you know, force things that aren't working, you know, did I get where I was going any faster? Not really. Like pushing, shoving, worrying, none of that works anymore. So again, it's really positive feedback for me. And knowing that may have cost me like a couple of $100 in a speeding ticket, but what gift is that knowledge to me? Like how much is that actually worth though? Like, I could save hundreds of thousands in the future by not pushing things and forcing things. If I learn to take that feedback and just go a little bit more gently and think ahead a little bit more or go a little bit more slow, go with the flow, don't force and push things, then things are going to come out so much faster and so much easier. And so I'm hearing Angel Abigail saying again now, remember, we've been allowing you to have these experiences of negative manifestations because they're so much more obvious to you than the positive manifestations. You know, when everything's going well, we sometimes forget to pat ourselves on the back and go, wow, my vibration is on point, this is beautiful, I'm so powerful and creative. Sometimes we're just, you know, we almost get used to it. We're in this new groove and you're like, yeah, wow, life's great, this is pretty cool, why shouldn't it be? And we forget that we can continually play with that frequency and that vibration with our intention and with our surrender and with our flow and all of that fun stuff, which I'm going to talk about too. But the negative version is so in your face, right? You get to see it straight away. You're like, why is this happening? And this is a problem. And again, it gets you to draw attention to your frequency and invites you to fine tune that a little bit more. Okay, I would like some advice around this, please, dear angels and extraterrestrial friends, because saying to someone who's in a bad mood, don't be in a bad mood, look at your frequency, doesn't always help, because we smush down our feelings and then it's still part of our vibration. We're just not consciously acknowledging it. So when we force ourselves to get over a bad feeling too quickly, what we actually do is we just start compartmentalizing ourselves, and that's the opposite of ascension. Like I've been saying for a long time, the ascension is really integration. It's bringing your unconscious and your subconscious, for lack of a more accurate vocabulary, bringing all these aspects of ourselves, our soul memories, our shadows, all of that into one being, and loving the whole being and letting all of it speak and breathe and tell you what it wants to say, and being aware of all of that. And that's the being that we can fine tune. That's the being that we can work with, right? But when we go, okay, I have a bad feeling, I'm just going to ignore that and be as positive as possible. We're not really being as positive as possible. We're just sectioning ourselves off. And then you've got this happy version of you that's manifesting, and this repressed emotional version of you that's manifesting, and then all the unconscious stuff that's manifesting, and you've got this kind of like mixed messaging going on to the universe, and then that's how we get the soup of experiences that is our lives. But if we want them to be more positive, or at least be more aware of what it is that we're putting out there, we've got to get in touch with all of those aspects and feelings. So I'm asking for advice, friends up there. What do we do? What's the best way to shift it? I'm hearing gratitude. Wow. This single tiny white feather just fell down from the tree. It's floating away now. That was a tiny feather. Okay, gratitude. Let's hear that. When you slow down in gratitude, you slow down time itself. You reduce all of your feelings and all of your experience to a single point in time, and in that single point in time, likely nothing is happening to you. Perhaps you feel some discomfort, but you feel it in every second. You feel pain and frustration in every moment. When you slow down, you often find that anything we're experiencing is not consistent. It is not a laser. It is not a hum, but a wave and a ripple that comes in and out of existence. You find these pockets of time, but that thing has momentarily disappeared. Everything exists on a waveform. It pops into reality and out of reality, into your perception, out of your perception. And you can choose to pause and freeze time in a moment when the heavy feelings are out of your perception. Likely you can also freeze time for a moment when the euphoric feelings are also out of your perception. This is when you find the still moment. This is a moment of purity. This is a moment of truth, and it is importantly a moment of neutrality. Neutrality with bright white light, because white light is all that there actually is. We use gratitude to slow down to this moment. We think, I am grateful to have a heart. I'm grateful to have the capacity to love and connect with my fellow beings. I'm grateful to experience the love that comes to me and that I can open up to in every moment, including this moment. I'm grateful that I've been able to come to Earth and experience duality. I'm grateful that I've been able to play with energy in this exciting time as the Earth speeds up and up and up. Remember also the epiphany that you had recently, Kelly. We're all Source, playing the part, all the parts required to build the theatre of life. All of this is a play. All of this is a show. All of us are experimenting with being different peoples and egos and characters. All of us are the one being. Therefore, everything that anybody does is an act of love. It's an act of creativity. It's an act of joy. Imagine watching a film where the hero and the villain are in a heated fight. Perhaps they're beating each other to death. Perhaps there is so much hate and animosity towards them. And then the director calls cut and they fall on each other laughing. They embrace each other. They say, good work today, friends. They walk off to get a drink and a refreshment, and then they come back to the scene, put their hats back on, put their masks back on, and continue playing out the drama. That is all of life. And they're fighting together, those actors, hating each other, hurting each other. It is all pretend. It is a gift to each other so that they can both be there on that set, doing what they love, creating stories that help us understand ourselves better, that give us something to do. Everything that anybody does in your life is a gift. They have helped populate this world so that you can play it in a much more meaningful way. Most of the people around you are real. most of the people around you you have connection and relationships with are real people who agreed to be here to play this game with you. Be grateful for the game. Be grateful for the theatre. When terrible things happen to you, think about how grateful you are for them, to be able to experience them, to be able to get to the scene in this movie. This is how we slow down and deal with our heavy feelings. We do not tell them to go away. We tell them that we love them. We say, thank you, heavy feelings. Do not be afraid that you will attract more darkness or more discomfort by being grateful for those feelings. What gratitude does is it neutralizes everything, much in the same way that laughter protects, repels, and transforms the heavy feelings around you. It literally ripples through the air and transforms the energy. Gratitude does much the same thing. And if you can get to that space of gratitude for the hardships, gratitude for that experience, and even laugh at that experience and how funny it was that you would put yourself through that, much like laughing at the hero of your TV show having a bad day. How funny that happened, how frustrating, how annoying. Now how do we climb out of this? How do we shift? Well, by stepping back and being aware that you have the power, you have already shifted it. By bringing gratitude or humor to the situation, you've already transformed it. And then to be able to sit down with curiosity and excitement and say, what next? Is how you begin to create your new reality. Sit down and imagine what it is that you have already that makes you feel abundant and loving and free. When we come from a feeling of lack and frustration and then try to manifest what it is that we really want, we may still have that lingering feeling of need chasing that manifestation. So instead, before you get to that feeling of want, we begin to visualize what it is that you're calling in, what is already yours, yet not yet physically materialized in your hands. Before you get there, think about everything that you already have in your life that makes you feel abundant, that makes you feel whole, that makes you feel infinitely loved and loving, that makes you feel so proud of yourself and of everybody else. Everybody listening to this has at least 10 things that they are deeply and immensely grateful for. List them now. Number one, what is the number one thing that you're most grateful for at this moment? What is the first thing that comes into your head, no matter how small or massive? Whether it's that you accomplished something tiny that meant a lot to you, or which ticked something off your list, or has it been a huge state of awakening for you in your life? Is it something that you have come to know and feel and realize? What is the number one thing that you're grateful for that you feel right now? What is the number two thing that you feel so grateful for right now? And it's not a hierarchy, just what's the second thing that you thought of? What is the third thing that you feel so grateful for right now? 4, what is the fourth thing that you feel so grateful for right now? 5, what is something that you are so grateful for right now? What lights your heart up? What brings you joy? What brings you comfort? What brings you pleasure? What helps you rest? What brings you satisfaction? What is the 6th thing that you feel grateful for right now? What is the 7th thing that you feel grateful for right now? What is the 8th thing that you feel grateful for right now? And remember, it can be an experience. It can be something that's even uncomfortable. What is the 9th thing that you feel grateful for right now? What is the 10th thing that you feel grateful for right now? And hold all of that in your heart. Bundle it up in your heart. Allow yourself to really feel that gratitude, to really deeply experience what it means to have all of that love, all of that abundance. And they might be tiny, they might be huge, but that joy is yours, and you've gone through so much in your life, and you've managed to stay here on the planet. You've been able to find things to be excited about and joyful about and hopeful about and grateful enough, even if that is somebody else's life. You've been grateful enough to be here up until this point, and everything's turning and changing now. You made it this far. What are you going to do now that everything's easier? Thank you, Angel Abigail. I also feel the Arcturians here with us with a message. Thank you, angels. Thank you for your love and your guidance and your care of us. And hello, Arcturian friends and Andromedan friends. I very much feel the Arcturians and the Andromedans at this particular high frequency working together. It's like there's Arcturians and then there are Andromedans in the background, kind of listening and watching and chiming in. They're all blue. The Andromedans are a different shade of blue in this case. Okay, our Arcturian friend is going to speak through me. An Arcturian friend, if you wish to materialize in any other way, if you'd like to make yourself seen or known on the camera, please feel free to do that. This is a safe space, this is a loving space. And I set the intention that everybody watching this receives your transmission with love. Kelly, we do not make ourselves visible as a party trick. We make ourselves visible because the individual is ready to behold us in their mind's eye. Extraterrestrial contact on the planet at this moment is ramping up. Many, many more of you are beholding us, our ships and the ships of our friends and allies across the planet, across the solar system. We are all making ourselves more and more visible, and that is because of a synchronous resonance between the person willing to see and our willing to be seen. Every person on the planet who beholds aerial phenomenon, whether it is extraterrestrial or terrestrial, extra-dimensional or from the 3D, and everybody who sees us and beholds us in the light and channels us and holds us in our heart are contracted to do so. You are normalizing the experience of extra-dimensional contact. You are making it the new normal. You are anchoring in the new reality. This is very much the 5D folding in through the old world, although the old world itself cannot be considered 3D anymore. And Kelly would like to offer a different perspective on why there is some chaos around people in their lives. Yes, it is something manifesting from the individual, but remember that the individual is experiencing and transmuting the collective consciousness at the same time. There are many people on the planet right now at a much lower vibration who are being wrenched upwards, who are still in this timeline and yet feeling all the more disconnected from the world. They are confused and they are angry because they are confused. You are all empaths. You're all feeling into this through different chakras and through different senses, of course, but you are feeling this collective shift, this heaviness that wants moving, and you're transmuting it through you. You're acting out the drama of the whole planet in your everyday lives because you are all connected. You have the option to detach from this energy if it is too much for you. If you choose to nurture your pocket of the world, to live in love, to live in harmony, then you are still raising the frequency of the planet. Not everybody needs to take on the dramas of the planet around them. Most people who are choosing to take it on, including yourself, Kelly, are doing so because of a sense of guilt that they have. In a sense, it's survivor's guilt. In another sense, it's a feeling of unworthiness, a sense that you need to get down in the trenches with the rest of the world and pull them up with you. It's not something that you're consciously choosing. It's something that your soul is resonating with because you have not come to accept your mission yet. Everyone listening to this is experiencing some kind of block where they feel like their mission is not for them. Surely their true mission would be dirtier. Surely their true mission would be harder work. Surely their true mission would be working with the misfits, with the disenfranchised. It would be doing the most important and the most hard work. What you don't understand is that the people around you now who fill you with the most light, with the most energy, who inspire you and who are on their healing journey already, are the disenfranchised, are the misfits, are the ones who overcame so much. They saved themselves and now they are here around you, walking side by side with you, not asking for your help and not even asking to teach you, just asking to walk side by side with you now. The people who you feel have been left behind, which is a dialogue that comes from your biblical rhetoric. Those people are the ones who were never meant to be ahead of the curve as you are. Those are the ones who still have heaviness in their souls to work through, and they are likely to not work through it in this lifetime. You can't help anyone who cannot help themselves. And so the best thing that any of you can do at this time is to continue to help yourselves. And what you're doing then is you're freeing other people who would want to help you. You're freeing them and saying, it's okay, I've got this. I am a healer and I choose to heal myself. Focus on yourselves. Allow yourselves to be selfish. Allow yourselves to be self-absorbed. Allow yourselves to serve the collective by practicing gratitude, by being in nature, by practicing self-care. And then choose your mission. Step into your mission. To be humorous, we are bored waiting for you to accept that your mission is actually yours. It's too fun. Surely that can't be my mission. That is why it is your mission, because you are the one who thought it would be the most fun. Would you rather give your mission away to someone who doesn't really want to do it? You chose to have a good lifetime. You've done the purging. You've done the hard part already. Lean into joy and allow yourself to feel joyful. Do not listen to the detractors, and do not hate or blame the detractors. They are merely manifestations of your subconscious, the judgmental voice in your own mind speaking through them, so that you have a chance to say, no thank you, I'm going to follow my calling because it is for me, because I am the only one who can do it, and I am the only one who will love it this much. Feel into your heart space. What is your calling? You know what it is. You feel the next step. You feel the art on the page. You feel your hand on the bark. You see the numbers spraying before you like a fountain. You see yourself with those children. You see yourself talking to the angels. You see yourself on that bike. You know what your mission is. Do not overthink it. It is where you are having the most fun. I would like to share something that Kelly has been practicing. And it is something that I enjoy and we enjoy as a doctrine for living. Not a doctrine, a precept. You can have anything you want, and you can do anything you want. You can be anyone you want. But you have to be honest with yourself about whether you actually want it. Do you want a donut? Is that what you actually want? Perhaps you find that what you actually want is carbs. Perhaps what you actually want is some chocolate. But perhaps you do actually want a donut. You can have what you want, but make sure that you actually want it. Think about what you think of as your calling or your mission, and the life that you're manifesting, the vision boards that you've created. Do you actually want that? Because the universe will give you what you want. Sit down, get quiet, feel into that love and joy. And then from there, you can rest assured that there is no way that you could follow your purpose and be too self-serving. It is not service to self, but it is actually your calling and actually your joy. It has been designed to benefit the collective, even if you don't see immediately how that would work. Kelly, you have a children's book in you. Why aren't you writing it? It's not a vanity project. It's going to help thousands of people. And to all of you out there, that thing that you want to create, that you want to share, that you want to do, it's going to help other people. You are role models for humanity. Show them that it's possible to live with love and enjoy. Show them that you have permission to do this, and so do they. We love you. Thank you. Thank you. I feel like I've rambled on for a little bit now. Any final messages, dear friends? I can feel the love swelling as we share in this. I can feel my heart waking up. Oh yes. Many of you listening to this are channelers. Speak. Okay. Love you all. Bye.